Hey Penny, guess what? We're live. So, you know what we do. Let's get our hold on, everyone. I'm just getting my Instagram connected. We do. But it's good to be back, the start of a new week. Here we go, Penny. She just had to be in my arms. But welcome to the G Spot Experience with your girl Germaine. And today's coffee break. Ah, make sure you have your today I'm drinking coffee. Okay. And hold on. Today I have my coffee, so I hope you're bringing your coffee, your tea, your juice, water, smoothie, whatever you're drinking for today's coffee break. But we're going to get into our brew today, which is when the assignment finds you. Ooh, when the assignment finds you. So let me know that you're on with us. I do see people are chiming in. Good morning, Tanaria. Good morning. Good to have you back on the live. We missed you on Friday. I know you've been doing some big things. And so congratulations to you, but welcome. Good to have you. And today we're going to be talking about when the assignment finds you. And Penny's not in the camera right now, but I'm getting ready to put her little butt down. Okay. Hi, Sandy. Good morning. Hope all is well. I hope Taz is one of Sandy's father, who is an author of mine, who actually first book out hit number one, Amazon bestseller list. Number one for his paperback and his hardcover book. So you gotta read it. I mean, it will open your whole mind up to Guyana. And actually, you know what? I think I have. Do I have one right here? I do. I do. I do. I have a copy here. This doesn't have the seal on it because it's number one bestseller seal. But yes. Hi, Sandy. Tell Taz I said hello. And Taz is working on book number two right now. So we look forward to getting that. And yes, you made that happen. We made that happen. You played a big role in that also. Okay. But good morning, guys. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. And I know this weather has been a little crazy, but we're gonna wait for a few more people to chime in. And so, but I'm looking forward to this message today. When the assignment finds you, just take a pause. You know how we do. We take a pause so we can pour into purpose. And so let's start pouring into purpose and think about, did you discover your assignment or did it find you? Hmm. Well, you might be thinking, what is my assignment? That's a question a lot of people have. What is my assignment? I'm gonna put my little dog down because she just wants to sit in my arm. Look at her little face. Guys, you know what? Not to interject, but she's so cute. And stay tuned because there'll be a whole series of books about Miss Penny. Right, Penny? I know. But yeah, I want to put her down. But she just want to be held. Okay, Penny, go sit in your bed. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you, girl. So let's get into it, all right? Because I don't want to hold you long. I know lately these coffee breaks have been running over. I really want to value and respect your time because you didn't have to take a moment to chime in. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Jesse. And Jesse's on Instagram. Leslie's in my Facebook. Hey, guys. Thank you so much for just chiming in. And make sure you guys, if you have not done it already, make sure you go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Because my goal is I'm over 8,000. I'm trying to get to 10,000. So make sure you subscribe and put your comments in and just replay it back, or share the information with someone. But nevertheless, let's get into today's brew. When the assignment finds you today, let's talk about those moments in life when you don't go looking for purpose. Purpose finds you. Can you identify with that? Thanks, Jesse. Love your hair. That's a whole nother conversation I'll talk about when we just had to cut it all off. But we'll definitely talk about that. So, but think about that. You don't go looking for purpose, but purpose finds you. So, this is something I want you guys to just start self reflecting over your life and just really ask yourself these questions, okay? Did you look for it? Did you discover purpose in your life? Or did purpose just show up knocking at your door saying, I'm here, let's go? It doesn't show up with the spotlight or around an applause. Sometimes it arrives looking like a heartbreak, a health scare, an unexpected opportunity, or a closed door that forces you to pivot. I like that word pivot. Stay tuned because you're going to be seeing some other things around the whole word pivot. And if I could just say, don't get stuck. It is about being aware to begin to pivot. Okay. But anyway, I want you to just think about these things as you're thinking about your life and your assignment. And your assignment could be attached to your purpose in life, right? And so purpose doesn't always come in pretty packages. Mm-mm. Nope, not at all. And it comes wrapped in pressure and problems. And why me? Have you asked yourself that question? Are you someone that have asked yourself the question, why is this happening to me? Why me? And a lot of times we get stuck on the question and we don't take time to just pause and really look at, why not me? Hmm, something to think about. This brew's getting a little hot. All right. So don't get burned while you're sipping on that, whatever it is you're drinking. But why not you? So, underneath the discomfort is a divine assignment waiting for you to say yes. So, I want all of you that's watching this, that's taking this in, that's really thinking about the words that I'm talking about and I'm sharing. I want you to see how they may align with your life or how you may have been in a place that you found yourself in a space looking at. I feel like I am in a storm. God, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? What did I do? You start evaluating and looking at everything that you have done, whatever you sins you've committed. Did God forgive me? Did I forgive myself? You start looking at all these things, but what if God is just trying to get your attention? What if he's trying to get your attention because there's no other way for you to understand and get what he's trying to get you to? And so sometimes things have to be shaken up in your life, right? And I'm gonna share a little story because all I could do is talk about my own experiences. Well, Penny, as you see, we call her our little emotional support dog, right? And so, um, but Penny actually came out of heartbreak with my bonus son, Miles, who I love dearly, just going through a heartbreak. And that's when Penny came into the picture. Now, mind you, we did all share because this is a blended family, and we've all shared in another poodle we had, which was white, and her name, she was a little white poodle. Her name was Mimi. And Mimi was a gift given to Miles through loss of his grandmother. And so, but these dogs, I tell you, dogs will show you so much love. And I said, if we can all take a picture or if we could take a page out of a dog's book about love, we should. We really should. They're so forgiving. And so Penny was brought into our life, through heartbreak. And boy, I kept running from him because I'm like, I cannot handle another pet, you know? But she done stole my heart. And as you can see, just seeing her, she probably stole yours too, right? So, but anyway, I just want you to see for your own life, how did how did your assignment find you? Was it through something that you've gone through? Did you just stumble into it? Or maybe you're still looking for it. I don't know. That's why it's so important. Don't judge a package by what it may look like. Look beyond that because you never know. You never know what is in it for you or what you have to give to it. All right. Or if you are paying attention, there's a thing called discernment. Don't get caught up in what it may look like. Look beyond that. What message is God trying to get to you? And is your assignment tied into that? I'm just throwing these questions out there, and you have to discover this for yourself. I know for me, this message hit home for me in order to really find my assignment. And my assignment, it came through, if I could say my assignment now that I'm living in it, and I talk a lot about publishing and I talk a lot about people's stories because my assignment is tied to that, and it's tied to others' stories, helping to be a midwife to help birth that in the universe, in the ecosystem. People's stories, the power of your story, the power of your message. And you know what? It did come. It came through um, a lot of different things, if I can say. Did I stumble upon it? No. Um, I was doing something else, minding my business, doing something else. And why I decided to pretty much start educating myself in the space of publishing, I don't know exactly why. I do remember a prophet years ago had called me out, and he said to me about being this scribe, and that now I don't even think Hope of Vision was even in existence at the time, but he began to speak about how I would be very key and instrumental in helping to scribe stories and the messages, like being a scribe in the Bible and, talking about people's stories. And sometimes we get a word and we just tuck it away because we don't see it. We just don't see it coming. It's not in front of us. But when I just stopped for a moment and started to really journey back through my life. And I just started seeing things. And I'm going to tell you, my mom blew me away when she found the first book I ever published in the first grade. She still had it, Candyland, and I made it as a hardcover book. She pulled it out of the basement, out of, a lot of my stuff that was there. And it brought tears to my eyes because it was a full circle moment that this has always been in me. I just had to discover it along the journey. And so when a thing is authentic, you can't run from, you can't get away. It's always going to keep showing up. That thing is going to keep showing up. You said my mom has your book. Oh, thank you. And so the thing is, your assignment, don't take it lightly because you have no idea. When I think about lives, and I don't do this for the purpose of how many lives can I reach. I do not do it for that purpose. But what's amazing is when people come back to you over the years and talk about how I'm getting a little emotional. I don't know why, but when people come back to you over the years and just say how my vision and how you really helped me to get to a place, or I never thought I would be a writer. And Leslie, I'm gonna say this about when Leslie's book was published. And you know what, Leslie? I'm sorry, guys, I do. I'm gonna pull Leslie's book out. Leslie, who's on the call, this was her book, The International Day of the Girl, which was my first number one bestseller book. The first number one bestseller book, right? Um, and when that came out, I remember it's an anthology book. And yes, Leslie, it was her first book too. When her book came out, I'm just remembering the women that she had. It was 8 women plus herself, 9, that she brought together in an anthology book to share their stories. And I remember Rose Price. God bless Rose Price. Rose Price was, I think she was the more senior ageless glamour girl in the group of women. And just when I sat and I talked to her, and I don't know why I'm in this place of needing to share this, but when I sat and talked to her, and her story was so powerful that she she talked about how she never thought that she would ever be able to write her story and share her story and that it would be published and then go on to be a part of a number one book. And it just moved me so because people don't understand that their stories have power. Your life experiences have power. Um, and see how passionate I get about my assignment? I get so passionate about my assignment and I get so passionate. She's in her 70s. Yes, and she wanted to write since she was 16. Thank you so much, Leslie, for sharing that. 16, and she's in her 70s. And for me, the fulfillment and the joy is being a part of someone's life that they can see their story be told and shared with the world. That is my joy. And I always say I don't even know why. I say, God, I don't know why God has me in this place for the bigger purpose. I just go for the ride with him, right? And I said to God, I don't know first of all, and I've said this before, I work with ages from as young as 8. 8 years old is my youngest author who's a best-selling author. Um, and it's more than one that I started at 8, all the way up my oldest, and I don't like saying oldest, but my I call her my ageless glamour girl. Shout out to Marquita Curtis Haynes for her movement, Ageless Glamour Girls, and I always share her phrase, is 103 years old, still with us. She lives around the corner from me, 103 years old. But God has put me in such a special place that He has afforded me the opportunity to be able to share people's stories before they leave this earth. And I have so many stories of authors that I've had the privilege and the honor to work with that we were able to birth their story out in the universe before they transitioned from this place. I get chills even thinking about it. I get chills thinking about it because it's like, who are we? Who am I? I'm just a willing vessel that said yes. I said yes. I said yes to my assignment. And the thing is, I don't have to chase it. It shows up. Oh my gosh, I don't know why. I don't know why I'm just led to speak in this place. And like I said, I can't speak for anyone else. I can only speak for myself, my experiences, things that have been a blessing to me in my life. And so I'm grateful. And you know what? And even in this, I want to say this. Leslie, thank you for saying this. You says he put in the place for women like me, Dr. Tenaria, and other women who minister to women. So you are the start of our ripple effect. Wow. Thank you. I just posted that. I just realized I could do that. Just post to share with others. That's not why I do it, but it is such a blessing and a reward to see the synergy. And that's why this is so, so important, building this community for all to come. Because if we're living on this earth, we have a story. I'm drawn to young people. I'm drawn to teenagers. I'm drawn to adults, young adults. I'm drawn to our elders. I don't know. I just am. I just am. And it is so important that there is power. There is power in all that you've gone through. There's power in your story. Somebody needs to know. Somebody needs to hear. Somebody needs to know. And so, oh my gosh, I done got so off my message, but I'm right on message when I think about it, because when the assignment finds you, it did. Boy, it found me. I did not go to school for publishing. Nope, I didn't. I went to FIT. I graduated from Fashion Institute of Technology, right? I did not see it. I didn't see it when I was younger. I didn't see it when I was younger. But here we are. And so all I can say is trust the process. That's when you will discover purpose, who you are, why you're here. But you got to be paying attention. Don't get caught up. And I talked about this in another coffee break. Please take your eyes off of what other people are doing. If I had stayed focused looking at everybody else, I would have missed the richness of my own life and what God had in store. And so, see what y'all done did to me? Yes, we are creating legacy, especially in the times we are in. Absolutely. And that's why I'm so passionate about you sharing your story. It may show up in different forms, different forms. Um, I had when I talk to those that have really made an impact in our life, in our journey, and this is a book also. I'm just in the moment of, hold on, Sharon. So I am working on a book. So we might be familiar or might not, but this is a book that I'm working on right now. It's At the Foot of the Edmund Pettus Bridge on Bloody Sunday. And this is all, the movement on the Edmund Pettus Bridge about our voting rights, led by the late John Lewis, Congressman John Lewis. And so I had the opportunity of meeting Reverend Mary A. McBride Lee, who this is her story as a young 16-year-old teenager who found herself at the foot of the Edmund Pettus Bridge on Bloody Sunday. And a lot of people may not pick up books to read about our history and everything. But as I had an opportunity to sit on her platform and talk about stories and sharing your stories, it just hit me that she's a first grade teacher and she has been over 40 years giving back to our young people. And it just hit me. Her story is worthy enough to be packaged as a children's book to be able to reach those first graders. And that's what we're working on right now. Her children's book that talks and shares her story, but packaged for a generation that can see her as an unsung hero. And she shows up every day, 5 days a week in a classroom for over 40 years for these students. And they don't know the power of who sits in the midst of them, who's teaching them. But we can get to them on a level. So when I say your assignment can be packaged in so many different ways, it may show up differently. Just pay attention. Pay attention to what's happening in your life. Oh, today is National Write Your Story Day. Thanks for keeping me up on that. All right, guys. Today is National Write Your Story Day. So if you are someone, and I'm shifting gears because I'm already holding you a little too long, but if you are someone, once again, that don't understand the power of your story, it's okay. You can learn the power of your story. Sometimes you just need a midwife to carry you through, to help you through the process, right? Start writing today. National Write Your Story Day. I got to share that. That's huge. Thanks, Leslie, for keeping me up. And so let me get back into the message so I can bring this brew to a close. This brew has been so good. This blend, whew, has been so good. And thank you for giving me the space to really be able to share um my assignment, my passion with you all. And a lot of you have been a part of that journey with me to go through this process. Thank you. Without you, I couldn't be where God has allowed me to be today. This isn't, he didn't just give this to me for me. This is for everybody, this platform. And so I do want to share a few comments that you guys are leaving, and thank you so much for chiming in. So, Jesse, if I can say, Jesse's over on Instagram. If I can say, hold on, you got quite a few things up here. Okay. um, my mom has your book. Okay, I do appreciate that. Um, it takes time getting over heartbreak. Absolutely. And even with that, people will be able to work through it in different ways, but why not share that experience? And even if you never release it to the world, maybe it's just for you. Just journal it. It's therapeutic and it can become a part of your healing just by getting it out of you and not holding on to it. Okay? And then over here, um, if I can say, Sandy, he needs you to be a guide. Whew, thank you. Thank you, Sandy. And then if I can say with Dr. Tenaria, um, hold on. Ah, Leslie, I just want you to know she did say, thank you, Leslie George, for sharing. Yes, and Leslie, and so this is what happened. Authors that did not know each other have come together. Leslie was a part of Dr. Tenaria's book, also, which I know I have here. I think, let me see if it was. I got so many books with Dr. T. Is Leslie in the prayer book? Well, this is one, National Prayer Book, which is a number one bestseller. National Prayer Book that came out through COVID. And that book had 52 women, 53, including Dr. Tenaria, that was in that book. And I know Leslie is in another one of her best-selling books, and it may be the woman's book, or like I said, there's quite a few bestsellers. But But thank you all for showing up and being a part of my journey and allowing me to be a part of your journey so that purpose can be discovered for the world to be able to experience it. So on that note, I'm always holding you guys over. I mean, taking up your coffee breaks. I don't want to be disrespectful. I do want to respect your time, but thank you. Thank you for being a part of this community. And if I can, let me just close this out. I'm just checking my notes because it was so good. I don't want to leave anything out. So let me just say again, purpose doesn't always come in pretty packages. It comes wrapped in pressure and problems and why me. But underneath the discomfort, it is a divine assignment waiting for you to say yes. Just say yes. You may not have chosen the path you're on, but the path chose you for a reason. So if you're questioning why things are happening the way they are, don't resist the moment, unwrap it, because buried in that stretch is your strategy. Ooh, buried in that stretch is your strategy. And buried in that mess, you all know, is your message. So the assignment may not be convenient, but it's always connected to your calling. So sip slow, say yes. Your purpose is present, even if it came unwrapped, even if it came wrapped in pain. I'm going to let y'all just sip on that. Thank you again. Oh, today was a strong Monday, but here we go. Hopefully, I'll see you all back tomorrow. Please come back tomorrow, and I am going to work on my time. I'm going to work on my time. And listen, Fridays, just so you know, Friday is Authors Brew Friday. Come join me in studio and let's sip some tea. Let's talk about the tea, about how you discovered writing your book. when you wrote your book and then putting your book out for the world to see. Let's talk about it. But just hit me up and let me know you want to come in and be in studio with me. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, blessed day. And you know what? Stop running from your assignment. Embrace it. Unwrap it. Hey, here we are. Have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Thanks.